This is All Access MMA.
My next guest is going to be back in action at UFC Fight Night on September 18th. It's Dakota Bush joining me here on the program for the very first time. Dakota, how's it going, man?
It's going great, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, it's pleasure's all mine. I see you're in the car. I was telling you off air, that's a veteran move for doing interviews, nice and quiet, good lighting. But where are you going? Are you going to practice, coming back from practice? Where am I getting you right now?
Just got done training up here at Glory. So, great rounds. Way to start the Monday off, that's for sure.
Yeah, I did notice that on Instagram when I was checking out, I was like getting little tidbits. I saw that you're full-time at Glory now. Tell me how this all came together with you training with James Krause and the rest of the crew over there.
Yeah, so my coach is Patrick Smith, and, I came up through him, into my amateur career, all the way to the UFC, and he's still my coach. I trained with him and cross-trained in St. Charles, when I'm out of camp and, the beginning of the camp. But we made the decision to come up here to Glory for a month, and get a camp in. And I don't regret it one bit, the amount of guys up here and just having James and his knowledge and mind for this game, it's unbelievable.
Good. Well, we'll get into camp in a second here. I wanted to talk quickly about the UFC debut. I know not the result you wanted, but man, stepping up on short notice against a veteran in Austin Hubbard, you must have been, just happy to make the walk. And I'm sure you learned a lot from that fight. What did you take away the most from that performance?
Yeah, the big thing I got out of it, was, just getting my foot in the door, like you're saying. I was happy to be there, and I had no pressure, out of all the fights I had, I felt the least amount of nerves and pressure walking to the UFC octagon. I just felt at home and felt very comfortable. It was short notice, so, the game plan was to try to get him out of there early. So we went, real heavy pressure early on the first round, and I took all the first round on all three scorecards, but I didn't have the tank to hold up for 3 rounds. So we did what we thought was the right move, and I'm not upset the way it ended. Austin's a tough dude, gritty and grindy, so I'm just happy to be there finally.
Let's talk about your opponent this time around. 17-4 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I don't know too much. I just know he's also had one fight in the UFC. He's the youngest guy on the UFC roster. Out of China, I guess, that they just built that PI out there. So they're trying to push all these guys in. And my opinion is I think it's too early for this guy. I think that, he may have a bigger record than me, but also, I fought tougher competition, I believe. I think the States is a lot tougher than China. And, I'm going to prove that come September here. So, just working my game plan and not really worrying about what he's going to do. I'm a better wrestler. I'm a better striker, and I think he's one-dimensional. So I think I'm really going to expose him to the rest of the division.
And you just talked about it there, level of competition. You fought a number of times for LFA. How key is that in your career? Just, you've only had the one UFC fight, but you have all these really good opponents you fought prior to the UFC.
Yeah, like you said, I came up through the LFA. I had 7 fights in the LFA. So, what better way to get you ready, for the big level under the UFC lights. So the LFA, they matched me with great opponents. They're tough guys. And mostly, like right now, I believe 30% of the UFC roster has came from the LFA. So,
yeah,
we're ready. Coming out of LFA, we're ready. We're mentally there and physically. So, just knowing that I have that in my back pocket, knowing, if I have to make it a dog fight, I've fought dogs. So, I just feel this is a bad matchup for this guy.
Yeah, no, it's a good point there. Now, Glory, you got a lot of training partners. You talked about it there. I know Grant Dawson's in there. Like, who are you getting to work with in the gym that's helping you get ready for this fight?
Yeah, there's so many, man. Like Grant himself, working with James a lot. There's guys like Mike Breeden, and there's just so many. You're getting different looks every round, and you don't get stagnant here. I'm finding a different look, a different body, and they're all high level. Even the pros that aren't in the UFC, they're on the cusp.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good talent. And just a good vibe in the room. Julian Marquez is there. I know he's a bit of a character. I don't know, were you there when Cole Smith was there? I only know that because Cole lives kind of near me here in Canada, so I was just curious if you got to see him. He was a bantamweight, but he could look like a lightweight, how big that guy is.
Yeah, I got to train with Cole a little bit, and I think he left recently, but I was up a month back for like a weekend, and I trained with Cole. He's a good dude.
Yeah, no, really awesome guy. How about the weight cut? How's that going ahead of this fight? Nice amount of notice for this fight too, which is good.
Oh yeah, that was the main thing. When I found out about this fight, I think it was like 20 weeks. So I've had ample, amount of time to get my weight ready. I've been eating clean and training hard and getting up here, getting 2-a-days in, and really my weight's better than, it's usually sitting this far out. So the weight cut's going to be a breeze.
Awesome. And then in terms of your corner, I imagine James Krause will be in there. Who else will be in with you, the cage that night?
My other coach, Patrick Smith, and then Jake Collier as well.
Oh, nice. That'll be good. How do you see the fight playing out on September 18th? I know you feel like you're going to win, but how do you envision it playing out?
Really, I think he's going to come out, and from what I've seen his last fight, I don't know if he's going to sit back and counter punch like he did. And if he did, that I'm just going to, put the pressure on him, put a good pace on him, volume, and, look for the good shots there and fit in for takedowns if need be. But wherever the fight goes, I just really think I'm better than him. And, we're going to get the game plan together here rolling, and we're going to stick to it. But if all else fails, I'm just going to fight. I know how to fight, and I'm a better fighter than him. So, if we got to scrap the game plan mid-fight, then we'll do that. But I just believe with the plan we're going to put together, it's going to work, to a T on this guy.
Checking out your Instagram, like I mentioned there earlier, I also saw you fish a lot. How was the season this year? How did all that go?
When we went to Florida this year, usually we shark fish pretty heavily every year, but we went down to the Keys, a little different spot. And I didn't throw a rod and reel except for the last day. I was just spear fishing the whole time. So I had a blast doing that. I couldn't complain there. It was just a different feel, and I love doing that. But as far as back home fishing, I didn't go out too much. I hit the river a little bit, smallmouth fishing, and caught some nice ones.
How does your fishing skills compare to other fighters? Bryce Mitchell, Conor McGregor, Gregor Gillespie, we hear is a good fisher. Like, do you feel like you're pretty solid when it comes to the fishing skills?
Yeah, definitely. I think the top three in the UFC would hands down be, I think Chad Mendez is one of the best.
One. Yeah.
And Clay Guida, and then myself, I'd say are the three best.
Wow. Okay, good. Bold prediction. I like it.
I don't think Conor is a good fisherman. I think he was on his yacht and caught one fish, and people threw him in that category.
Yeah, probably true. What about any other hobbies? You big sports fan at all? You watch anything else? Did you watch the Olympics? Like, what do you do when it comes to downtime and all that?
I like watching football. I'm a Packers fan.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But as far as other hobbies, I'm a huge turkey hunter, and I love deer hunting as well. But turkey hunting's that's my forte. I'll do that. If I could do it all year, I would. I can't get enough of that.
That's awesome. Have you ever brought a camera out there and done some filming, just kind of video blogging, that stuff? Have you ever thought of doing that?
I tried to, but I get, in the heat of the moment, and I just forget about the camera, and I'm so focused on the hunt that I don't even mess with it. So I'm trying to get better at it, but it's definitely work to try to film.
We got the embedded crew. We should get them to come out and do something with you. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But in the meantime, it's UFC Fight Night, September 18th. Dakota, thanks so much for doing this, man. Good to catch up with you. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, on Instagram, it's Dakota_Bush_155. Twitter, it's Harry Bush 155. And then Facebook, Dakota Bush. Just shout out to all the training partners. Everyone's helping me, get to where I'm at, super excited for this fight to get to put all my tools I've been working on in front of the world, and I'm ready to get that first W in the UFC.